Kia Niro EV, or e-Niro, as I guess we're supposed to call it now, is one of the most exciting cars that I think that are coming up on an electric car market. They're already in production and they're being sold in some parts of the world, not here in the United States, but it's starting to worry me. There's some new reports coming out about the pricing that they came up for Norway, and that's not even the most worrisome thing. What's really worrying me is how many cars they're planning to import there in 2019. And I know Norway is a small country, but I don't know if you've heard, they are basically kicking everyone's butts in terms of how many of all electric and electric plug-in hybrid cars they sell every month. And that percentage is like into 50s, 50 something, 54, 55%, which is insane. So they're a great, I don't even want to call them guinea pigs, because they're kind of leaders of what an electric car revolution should look like. And the car that I think is going to be part of this revolution very soon, Kia Niro EV, is starting to worry me. I'll tell you all about it coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, Thank you so much for those of you who are watching me live on Patreon. And if this is your first time here watching me on YouTube, welcome. If you are interested in staying up to date on everything that's going on in the world of electric cars, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. It's free. That way you won't miss anything moving forward. All right. Kia Niro EV, by the way, this is a picture that I took myself at their premiere, at their launch in Las Vegas at CES last year. Still love the way it looked there. I also saw the very same car at the CES Asia when I was in Shanghai this summer. Still looked really, really amazing. Obviously, that's probably not gonna be one of the colors they're gonna offer, but if I ever get one, I'm actually considering wrapping it into this. I'm not a big fan of wraps, but this just looks too awesome. All right, so the price. Let's talk about the price that they've announced, and it's about 45,000 American dollars if you translate it from Norway currency. And by the way, follow me on Instagram. This is something I just started doing. E4Electric is my handle on all social media. But now I'm putting a lot of behind the scenes stuff and some personal stuff. But yesterday I also went to one of the Electrify America locations, and that was under construction on their website, and you'll see how much of under construction it is. So yeah, go ahead and follow me there, because some information that I don't necessarily feature here on my YouTube channel or on my Patreon will go there. Back to the topic. And by the way, maybe, let me just play this video, because I really, really like this one, even though it came out before, I think it was in the beginning of the year. Anyway, so not only the price is a little too high, because here in the US, and these are kind of rumors and reports, it was supposed to be way into like 30s, like 33, 34, 35. This was priced at 45. Now, it's not really clear if this is the lowest, if this is a base price, or if this is a 64 kilowatt hour battery. And even for that, it would be a little too high. Now, what's interesting, and I think it's Bjorn who actually noticed that, is that the price between Kia Niro EV and its sister company and sister car, Hyundai Kona EV, is only a few percentage in Korea, but now it's a little over 12% in Norway. Not really sure. Now, yeah, granted, Kia is a little bit maybe a higher brand than Hyundai, both Korean, both sister companies, but and I know Kia Niro is a little bit roomier inside, but overall it is a little odd that the difference is that much. But here's what bothered me the most, by the way. It is that that Kia said that they're only going to be importing and selling 2,000 of them in the entire year of 2019. Maybe I misunderstood it, guys, but that's what they're saying, and that is tiny amount. I think Jaguar is planning to sell 400 in the next month, and they're just starting their production as well, and this is a much more expensive car. So I am a little concerned about how serious they are about pushing this car. Now, we know that Hyundai had an Ioniq, which was a very decent car, that an electric car that people loved, that they really didn't make available to too many people. It's really tough to get. And some people said the supply and demand. Some people say, well, they were having trouble getting the batteries and stuff like that. Whatever it is, I'm starting to worry because I think this car and also the Hyundai Kona all-electric version should really lead the revolution. Remember, Model Y from Tesla is years away, and this is going to be one of the most affordable cars from the legacy manufacturer, and I mean it in a good way, with a very, very decent price. Here in the United States, they're nowhere near the phase out mark of the tax credit, the federal tax credit. So this car can be really one of the cheapest, but yet best for your money all electric cars coming up. Let me remind you, their range is about 240 250 miles, which is very decent. They've already been making these cars in their hybrid and plug-in hybrid versions, so they know how to make them. And you'll probably be able to lease them right away. Now, I just reported, 2 weeks ago, that they've hired Robert De Niro to actually, and this is the quick ad, to be kind of a spokesperson for them, for the e-Niro. Get it? De Niro, e-Niro, that's cute. I know a lot of you were really, really upset about it because apparently, like, I didn't really know he was really polarizing a political figure, but whatever. I'm just saying that my point, think of him what you will, hiring a celebrity and running ads, that definitely means that they want to push this car. I just really hope that they're serious about the production numbers and import and export numbers, because if they're not, this would be probably one of the biggest disappointments I would have this year about this whole electric car revolution. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know if this is a car that would appeal to you. Do you think it will appeal to your neighbor? Actually, because I'm just wondering, because this is the car that I feel like people will buy, not because it's all electric. Well, yeah, it will save you on gas and maintenance and stuff like that. But I think people might just buy it because, hey, there's a huge incentive in many states and countries, but also it's a good car. So let me know in the comment section about it. Meanwhile, I just want to thank one of my newest Patreons, Andrew Cerrone. Thank you so much for becoming a new Patreon. As you know, this is one of the best ways to support the show in many different ways. One of them is, because it's a much smaller community, you guys have much bigger weight in your opinion and comments that I always read and communication with me. So a lot of times you guys actually help me shape up the show and some of my opinions and views and topics that I cover. So if you're part of a Patreon community, you're definitely part of the show one way or another. So thank you so much for joining. And of course, you're the first ones who get to see the show, because I tape it live in front of my Patreons here. Sometimes I have to take a second or third take. And I also do this a segment called The Extra Mile, which is basically me talking about some just personal stuff, day-to-day stuff, and stuff that I don't care to share all the way on YouTube, but I don't mind sharing in a smaller community of what I think are more sort of a family for me here as far as electric car community is concerned. So and many other perks. So I appreciate that, of course. And a reminder, if you want to watch me live on YouTube, I decided I'm going to do it once a week for now, just a subscriber hangout every Sunday. And that's only more reason to subscribe to the channel and hit on that bell notification icon. Don't forget, you can be a subscriber, but still not get notifications. This way you'll be notified when I schedule the live hangout and then when I actually go live. And of course, boom, right here, perfect timing. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I'm posting a lot of cool stuff now and from now on. Okay, that's it pretty much for this awesome topic, but not such awesome news, I guess. Hopefully it will be fine. I will see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.